beautiful music this morning. I can see clearly now. That was a theme song for me a really long time ago in my spiritual unfolding. And I could see all the obstacles in my way. Me! And don't we create our obstacles? But then we can see that rainbow, and that rainbow is a covenant between God and man. So, well, that's what we want to do is create that covenant back with God in awareness, and then just flow, and then to be in the light who I am. Beautiful, beautiful words. And isn't that to be in the world but not of the world? Because the world doesn't want to see our light. Ouch. So to be in the world but not of the world. And we've had a wonderful series. Cindy's started us off with, we're looking, where's your security? And their first service was, where's your security? No place to lay your head. When the people were coming to Jesus, they wanted to follow Jesus because they thought they might have a sense of security with him. He goes, hey, I don't have a place to lay my head. So if you follow me, but you know what? If you follow me, you'll always know that you will have a place to lay your head because you're going to be connected with God. Render unto Caesar what is Caesar's. And that's money is the coin of our realm. And so they were asked to pay taxes. And so Jesus is practicing non-resistance. Okay. Whose head's on the coin? Caesar's. Okay, give unto Caesar what's Caesar's. That's his tribute. It's the coin of the realm. And just like the coin of the realm, if you ever go to maybe amusement arcade or something like that, they have certain coins, and you use them there, and they're the coin of the realm. And just like money is the coin of the realm here. But, we're not from here, and we're going to go beyond here, and the saying, you can't take it with you, is the truth. And so give unto Caesar that coin of the realm, but then begin to really invest in your soul, who you truly are. And then she talked about lay your treasures up in heaven, and about people, there weren't banks then, and so they would bury their money, and they'd always keep focusing on it. And what you focus on expands. And so as we begin to lift our vision into a greater sense of self and maybe what life's all about, we're going to be guided there. We're going to be supported in going there. Lay your treasures up in heaven. And White Eagle, his main thing is like we're building, our bodies are a temple, but in higher realms we're building a temple with all of our prayers and a good right action here. We're building bricks to build that temple in a higher realm and to create that divine light temple. And then today, in the world but not of the world. In the world but not of the world. Security. Cindy gave this definition, but it's really neat to look at that. Security, a sense of freedom from danger, anxiety, doubt, and fear. A sense of safety. So security. If that's our intention, we're going to have lots of experiences to demonstrate lack thereof security. And then fear, this is, Cindy shared, this is beautiful too. The belief that something other than God's love will happen. Fear, the belief that something other than God's love will happen. And that is such a powerful, powerful, powerful statement because God is love. God is love. So to be in the world but not of the world, to be or not to be, that's our question. To be the light I am, like that song. Even though the world doesn't want to see it. So to be or not to be, that's our question. And so we can look at, well, who am I? Am I human? Am I a wife, mother, doctor, creator, artist, whatever? Or I'm a spiritual being. See, we've got human to divine. And we pick and choose all along the way. As we begin to expand our awareness, to begin to look at that. And as we begin to expand, we feel a greater degree of safety and peace with who we are and what we are, because we're allowing that light to begin to come out and to manifest. We're sharing our light with the world. We're sharing God's light with the world. God is love. We are love. The core of our being is love. We've separated from the core of our being. We've separated from the core of our being. So as we begin to connect back with the love I am, the God I am, it's our opportunity to be the unique God essence in the world. To be God's unique essence in the world. To be in the world but not of the world. We're in the world, we are love. We're not from planet Earth. We are spiritual beings. And we come to this dimension, this world, to demonstrate that. We're on a soul journey to demonstrate it to ourselves because we've forgotten through the fall in consciousness. So to begin to create experiences that'll take us back to the love of God. And then within that love of God is the strength, the safety, the beauty, all that we're seeking in the outer, and it's all within us. And it's to be that love, to be that light. The main teaching of Jesus, matter is illusion, spirit is eternal. You see? So as this passes away, a false sense of security, store your treasures in heaven. As you build your character, you build your temple. And so it's really powerful to understand what does that mean to be in the world, and then to be who I am, and because we choose who we are, and to be the light, to be in the light and be the light I am. That is a powerful, powerful choice that we can all make. And when we make that choice, we're coming into alignment with the divine love I am, with that God essence I am. And in that is all the safety, the security that we have sought in the outer. And it keeps changing and shifting. We think we're there and then it changes and it shifts. So to begin to go to that one eternal essence, God I am, God is, it's very powerful. So, and it's hard to see that with our physical mortal eyes. So I'm going to read, this is in chapter 75 in the Aquarian. And Nicodemus came to Jesus, and he could see that Jesus wasn't from this place. He said, where are you getting this information? How can you say these words? What is going on? And so this is what he says, and Jesus says, well, you need to be born again. And Nicodemus says, what, I got to crawl back in my mother's womb to be born again? This is what Jesus says. This is chapter 75 at 10. Jesus said, the birth of which I speak is not the birth of flesh. Except a man be born of water and holy breath, he cannot come into the kingdom of the Holy One. That God counsel, understanding, knowing, peace, safety. That which is born of flesh is child of man. That which is born of holy breath is child of God. So to be born again, to shift our point of origin. Aquarian students. To shift our point of origin. So God is our Father. This is what Jesus is going to say, our Father who is in heaven, who's within. So changing our port of origin to not our ancestors, as far back as we want to go. You see, God is spirit, man is made in the image and likeness of spirit. We are spirit. The winds blow where they please, men hear their voices and may note results, but they know not from whence they come, nor where they go. And so it is every one that is born of holy breath. And as we begin to surrender to that God within, that Holy Spirit within, we're going to be guided to do things, act a certain way, demonstrate, manifest. And a lot of people want to understand it because they can't see it with their physical eyes. Because we're not coming into lockstep with the way of the world. We're beginning to wake up that we are creators, the creator, son, daughter of God. And that's when we feel safe and secure, when we start creating. We just feel better. And pretty soon our foundation gets bigger and bigger and bigger to just be, to be that light I am. The ruler said, I do not understand. Please tell me plainly what you mean. What are you talking about? Dumb it down for me. And Jesus said, the kingdom of the Holy One is in the soul. Men cannot see it with their carnal eyes. With all their reasoning powers, they comprehend it now. It's the soul. I say we're here on a soul journey. We're not here for the world. You are here for your soul, individually, and then the collective soul of humanity. And as we be true to who we are, be that light I am, be in that light, that is our greatest gift to humanity. Because we're supporting everyone through our beingness, just being that. You know what? And people see us being goofy or whatever, unique, that's a better word. When people see us be unique, that may strengthen them in allowing their uniqueness to come forth. You see? We don't have to say anything. Hey, be unique. No. We're people watchers down here. So as we manifest and demonstrate our uniqueness, our gift, that will make other people safe in being their self. Secure. Secure. Not insecure. It is a life deep hidden God, its recognition in the work of inner consciousness. The kingdoms of the world are kingdoms of the sight. The kingdom of the Holy One is that of faith. Its king is love. And so to be in the world, but not of the world. See, here's that directive right now. You are soul. You are soul. You're spirit. You got to start accepting who you are. You see, that's the first thing. Accept I'm a spiritual being. Wow, that's pretty far out, and I don't know if most of the world thinks that way. But it doesn't matter what the world thinks. What do we think? We create with thought in this dimension. So we begin to create the world and the experiences that will support our soul to be free in its expression. It's very, very powerful to begin to understand that. And then I want to read, and this is another one, chapter 91, verse 35 through 41. Jesus has just healed a man on the Sabbath. Woe unto him, breaking the law again. Man's law, okay? So some of these Pharisees, they start coming up and say, what are you doing? And, they're accusing him of being a threat. He's a threat to their religion, you see, because he's trying to free people, to unbind them from the laws of man. And so this is what he says after talking a little bit with them. And this is what God says, and this is what Jesus says. And I'm going to preface this from my preacher and teacher. This is what he'd say on Sunday, not all the time, but a lot. Either you believe Jesus or you don't. That makes the rubber hit the road, doesn't it? In whose ball field is that in? It's ours. Either we believe it or we don't. We're the chooser. So this is what Jesus said. You believe it or not. All men are sons of God, and if they live a holy life, they are always at home with God. All men are sons of God, and if they be a holy life, be whole, don't be fragmented, be love. Don't define what love is. Be love. It's an inner essence. It's not out there. They see and understand the works of God, and in His sacred name they can perform these works. And see, this is what Jesus, when He aligned God and I are one, it's the Father within who do this work. That's when He do the healings and the multiplications and all the miracles that people were shown and drawn to. Because He was in alignment with God. So as we align with God, these things I do, you shall do these and even greater. Do you believe it or not? The lightning and the storms are messengers of God, as well are the sunshine, rain, and dew. And sometimes we curse the lightnings and storms. God in action. Balance in the universe. And bless the sunny days. When I was a little kid and Memorial Day came, or one of these holidays came, I hated a stormy, cloudy day, because that was our opportunity to go to the lake and have a holiday. No, my little vision of me getting in the way of God, you see, to expand. Maybe planet Earth needs some rain that day. But to understand oneness. See, God is in all. We don't pick and choose. God is in all. The virtues of the heavens are in God's hands, and every loyal son may use these virtues and these powers. See, the blessings are of God are ours to use. The powers of God are ours to use. See, we're heir to the kingdom. That's what it means, son, daughter of God. Man is the delegate of God to do his will on earth, and man can heal the sick, control the spirits of the air, and raise the dead. Either you believe it or you don't. To be in the world as the light I am, or to be in the world as a mere mortal is a choice. And Jesus has given us a path to walk on at our own pace. We're all different. We're all manifesting, expressing our unique light and love differently, which is perfect because we're creating that symphony. We're weaving this tapestry of life, and everyone's integral, and it's perfect because God is in everyone. Man is delegate to do the will of God on earth. Man can heal the sick, control the spirits of the air, and raise the dead. Jesus demonstrated that to those people because he had to take them to look beyond. That wasn't a normal sight for them with their vision. You're blind, you're blind. You're lame, you're lame, you're lame. Say, wait a second, no. But when he would connect with that person, he would connect at that soul level where their crinkles and wrinkles were that created the deformed hand. And he would talk to that soul with that Christ awareness and light. And then that wrinkle would be smoothed out, and the withered hand would open. The eyes would open. They would pick up their bed and walk. But to speak in the knowing, God's my Father, God's within me, and I'm a child of God. To have faith in the presence and power of God, that's within us all. And then to begin to walk it. And it's really neat. We live in a time that's very enlightening and transforming because more and more people are going there. One gentleman on Tuesday night, we did a prayer circle and says, I'm asking for a spiritual healing. With his voice, I'm asking, yea, God. Did you see? To begin to ask, to have the experience of what we would like to happen to us or in our life or in the world. But to speak it. Man is God's delegate on earth. Because I have the power to do these things is nothing strange. See, we're brothers and sisters. This is what he's saying. God's our Father. This isn't strange I'm doing this. It's strange in a worldly way, but it's not strange in heavenly way, godly way, spiritual way. All men may gain the power to do these things, but they must conquer all the passions of the lower self, and they can conquer if they will. So man is God on earth, and he who honors God must honor man. For God and man are one, as Father and child are one. Jesus came to free the imprisoned souls on planet Earth that were limited by man's law. The religions and doctrines across the world were controlling the minds and hearts of men, dictating who they were and how they could live. And when Jesus travels as a child, he rocked all the boats. My Father wouldn't do that. My Father loves everybody. He's not going to put somebody above others. And he just got run out of one country to the next because he knew who he was and he wasn't afraid to be who he was. You see? He was in the world, but of the world. And where he went to those sacred teaching spots in the world, he honored them for who they were, but he was true to himself. And in that higher truth, he freed people wherever he went. And he sowed seeds, and those seeds came back to support him in his ministry. When we talk about the foreign masters that came and followed Jesus, came from those countries. So man is God on earth. The words of Jesus are powerful. And we can hear the truth of his words when we listen with our heart. Not with our reason and logic and history in this computer. You know, our brain, this is like now, our brain's like AI. It's artificial intelligence. This is the truth we are. This is the truth I am. And we're in that journey, like I said, we're going to move from our head to our heart. That's our quantum leap. That's how big a quantum is. How's that? But that's a leap that we can all take if we choose it. And everyone on the planet is good and deserving to experience this and have this manifestation in their lives. We just need to let go of the past patterning, the programming, beliefs. See, I can see clearly now. I got out of my own way. You see? I rained down upon my life feelings of unworthiness and unacceptability and things like that. Wait a second. When I made that covenant with God, when I connected back to God, my truth grew stronger to be who we came to be. And see, this is our story. This is our story. You know what? It doesn't have anything to do with religion. So look right at the camera. It's spirit. God is spirit. Man is made in the image and likeness of spirit. To be in the world, but not of the world. Love is not of this world. We bring it. You see? To be the hands and feet of God, the voice of God. When we don't know who we are, anything is better than nothing. What's that mean? That means there's safety in numbers. I'm secure with this belief system. It's not mine. I don't know who I am, but I'm not alone. You see? That's the herd. That's raised consciousness. And so that Christ, light, love within us, which will allow ourselves to separate from the herd. Not judging it. The herd doesn't serve me any longer. What serves me now? The light within. God's light, the light I am. To be who I came to be. That's beautiful. It's beautiful. So as we begin to acknowledge this, accept that, accept I'm spirit, okay? And then that allows us to access the spiritual powers that lie within us to do these things. To do these things. And to do them at our own pace. We don't have to go to Lake Lanier, rent a boat, go in the middle of the lake, and then jump out and try to walk on water. You see what I'm saying? Most people are going to say, lying with God. God and I are one. And we'll be able to walk on water, and symbolically, water are emotions, represents emotions. So to begin to rise above our emotions, and don't our emotions get us in trouble sometimes? Don't our emotions drag us down sometimes? Drown us? So to begin to rise above, walk above our emotions, see? This higher level. They put the big story out there and it's beyond our grasp, do you see? And Jesus made it within everyone's grasp. If somebody asks you for your coat, give them to them. You can do that. Do you see? You don't have to raise them from the dead. If somebody's hungry, feed them. Give them some water. See, every day we can do something. You know, life is a solution. It's not a problem. And so many people look at life as a problem. Life is a solution because life gives us opportunities to be. And each day, if we're connected with God, everyone we connect with, anything that we do, it's a divine appointment. It's a divine appointment. To begin to just shift our perspective. This is a divine appointment today. And perhaps we might take an extra minute with that person that's standing in front of us, whether we know them or not, to connect at that higher level with them. Because when we do that, we're just allowing our light, our love to go out. We don't tell them what to do, but they feel it. You see, that's a gift. That's the gift that we have, to be in the world but not of the world. It's our choice. And so we want to go back to God is spirit, we are spirit, made in the image and likeness of God, heir to the kingdom. This is ours. Life is an opportunity to be. Each day is a divine appointment. Just to remember that. Let's go within. And once again, I just want you to close your eyes and just begin breathing that gentle breath in and gentle breath out. But I want you to breathe with the intention. As you breathe in, breathe with the intention that you're breathing in God's love. I breathe God's love. God's love is filling me now. I feel it. And just breathe and feel your body being fed, supported, healed. Breathe in God's love and direct God's love for what you choose. For clarity, peace, healing, understanding. God and I are one. So just breathe in and feel your body being fed, strengthened, supported. In your unique beingness. Your unique beingness is your gift to the planet. So I want you to breathe and just feel your energy. And just breathe and see your heart beginning to grow and expand. And your unique light. With each breath, your heart begins to just grow and expand big and bright and radiant. It's just pulsing. Expanding and contracting this radiant light of God. And just breathe and surrender and just allow that light to just flood through your whole body now. From head to toe to fingertips, just feel your body contracting and expanding God's light. To be that creator in your world, in your life. Breathe and feel this essence of God's love. Alive within your heart. Alive within your body now. And in this knowing, ask what you want at this moment. You are God's beloved. Ask, and you shall receive. Breathe and feel. Be still and know. Take a breath. Gently wiggle your toes and fingers. Gently open your eyes. The promise of love. You are loved. You are love. Do we believe the words of Jesus? The words of Jesus will ring in full truth when we go into our heart and ask to understand. We all have a different answer. Yours lies within your heart. Your answer will allow you to be in the world, but not of the world. And they all said, Yea, God.